Hi everyone, Mr. Ahmed here. So today I'm going to go over comparing and ordering fractions. Let's start off with the basics. Let's start off with two fractions where the denominator is the same. Now let's say this side is 1/4 and this side is 2/4. The bigger fraction would be the 2/4. So you put that symbol in the middle. This symbol is called, 1/4 is less than 2/4, so this symbol is called a less than. That's the easy ones. Now it gets more tricky when the denominators are not the same. So let's say we've got 4 on this side and then 8 on this side, and this is 3/4, and let's say this is 5/8. Now I want to compare which side is bigger or smaller. However, it's more tricky because the denominators are not the same. So we need to make the denominators the same. So I'm going to change this to an equivalent fraction where the denominator is 8. Now I covered how to change fractions into another form in a previous video, so if you can't remember, just have a look on the video is called to find equivalent fractions. Okay, right, so this fraction here, I'm just going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. That's going to give me 6/8. Now I just compare 6/8 to 5/8, and I know that 6/8 is bigger, so that means 3/4 is bigger than 5/8. Right, let's do one more. So let's say we got 7/10 and 12/20. Now I want to know which is bigger. Again, I just need to make the denominator the same. So this one I'll times by 2. Then when I times the 10 by 2, it'll give me 20, just like the 20 I have over here. 7 times 2 would have given me 14. Now I know that 7/10 is the same as 14/20, which is bigger than 12/20. That means that 7/10 is your bigger fraction. Here's one I just want you to quickly have a go at. So pause the video and decide what symbol needs to go in there. So it's going to be one of these three. Which one is it? That's right. If you said it is in fact this one, then you were correct. Now the reason why 4/9 is bigger is because if I change the denominator over here into 9ths, so to do that I would have to do 3 times 3 to get that 9. Now whatever I've done to the denominator, I gotta do to the numerator as well. So that would have 1 times 3 would have given me 3. So I would have had 3/9, and on the other side I'm gonna leave 4/9 the way it is, and we can see that 4/9 is bigger. The next set of questions is going to ask you to arrange fractions in either ascending order or descending order. Ascending means increasing and descending means decreasing order. Now all of these fractions have a different denominator, so I need to change them to an equivalent fraction where the denominator is the same for all of them. Now I can change them all into 16ths. So this one I would leave the same, 10/16. This one, to make that into a 16th, what would I need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by? Well, I know that 2/8 give me 16, so I need to times that one by 2. Now, if I times the bottom one by 2, and I times the top one by 2 as well, that will give me an equivalent fraction. Let's say for some strange reason on this one I decide to not multiply the top and the bottom by the same number, then it wouldn't give me an equivalent fraction. Okay, now I gotta turn this 2 into 16ths. Well, I knew that 8 times 2 gave me 16, so 2 times 8 is going to give me 16. Now because I multiplied the bottom by 8, I'm going to multiply the top by 8 as well. So that would give me 8/16. Then over here, 4, how do I make that into 16? Okay, let me count up on my 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16. So that was 4 4s. So 4 times 4 gives me 16. And the top one also has to be multiplied by 4. So that would be 4/16. And the final one we have is 2/16, which there really is no need to change because it's already in 16ths. Now we just look for, well, let's say I want an ascending order, which means increasing, which would mean we start with the smallest. So this is the smallest, I'm going to label it 1. The next one up is this one, I'll label it 2. And then 6/16 is 3. And then 8/16 is number 4. And the biggest one is 10/16. Now, changing it to 16ths isn't the only way to solve this problem. One thing we could have done, we could have also changed it into eighths. So let's change it all into eighths. So this, oops, we don't know about the numerators. Let's get rid of these numerators. Okay, so 16, to turn that into 8, I must divide by 2. So that would have given me the 8. Now I gotta do the same to the top. 10 divided by 2, that would be 5/8. This one here is already an 8, so I don't need to change it. I'll leave it as 3/8. Half, to make it into 8, I know I have to times the 2 by 4. So that would give me 8, and then I times the top by 4 as well. So that would be 4/8. 1/4, to change that into 8, I would have to times the 4 by 2, and then times the top by 2 as well. So that would become 2/8. And over here, to change the 2/16 into 8ths, instead of multiplying, I would have to do division again, like I did over here. So 16 divided by 2, that would give me the 8th. And then I have to do the same to the top number. How many 2's go into 2? 2. Just the 1 2. And now, it should still be in the correct order. So we said this was the smallest. So 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, and then 5/8. It's still in the correct order.